What if the Dodgers could go out and target somebody good on base skills, good average, could go out there and really hit against right-handed pitching, good contact skills as well, meaning some of the same qualities that Steven Kwan has, with just a little bit less on the defensive side, but still overall a really solid player. And what that could potentially present is some sort of competition between some of your younger players to be able to fight for a roster spot. And somebody who fits that exact same mold with 2 years of control, so the exact same timeline that Steven Kwan has, to where you could implement some of your younger guys, but also has positional versatility, is somebody I mentioned on the show, probably towards the top of my list in targets. That's Brendan Donovan, teammate of Lars Nootbaar on the St. Louis Cardinals. Let me go through some of his numbers over the past 3 seasons for Brendan Donovan. The past 3 seasons, 282 batting average, 6 points higher than Steven Kwan, 351 on base percentage, 420 slugging percentage. He played almost all left field in 2024. He is versatile to play left field and second base. Those are his 2 main positions that he has played throughout his career. So you can have him either as a left fielder or a second baseman. You look at his numbers against right-handed pitching, 131 WRC plus, which means that he's a potentially better platoon option that you can have with Alex Call. You look at his walk percentage and his strikeout percentages. Walk percentages is about 8%, about 1% less than Steven Kwan. 13% strikeout percentage. He has a lot of the same profiles of Steven Kwan. I'm giving you an alternative to Steven Kwan. Guess what there could be a 3-way competition in spring training between? Alex Freeland, Hae-Sung Kim, Ryan Ward. Then what you are doing is presenting those guys with the opportunity to fight for a roster spot. And what those guys could potentially do, one of those guys could earn a platoon role with Tommy Edman and be able to fight for either additional playing time at second base to get Tommy Edman out of a full-time role against right-handed pitching, which he is not great at. And Ryan Ward, better against right-handed pitching, a plus 1,000 OPS against righties. Alex Freeland, better against right-handed pitching. Hae-Sung Kim, question still out, but I think they trust him a little bit better against right-handed pitching. What Brendan Donovan would allow you to do is it provides an impact bat against right-handed pitching, 131 WRC plus. Profile-wise, fits really well, while also adding some positional versatility on the field to be able to move around between second and left field. Here's some of the potential downside, and this is really the only potential downside that you could see in this pass, is defensively could be a potential downgrade, especially if you don't believe in the defense of Ryan Ward, and Ryan Ward wins the outfield spot if the only addition is somebody like a Brendan Donovan, in which case Brendan Donovan's at second base, Ryan Ward's in the outfield. Do you trust the defensive outfield of Ryan Ward, Andy Pages, and Teoscar Hernandez? If Ryan Ward is going to get a legitimate shot at making the big league roster, that means they at least are considering that a very realistic possibility, but profile-wise as a player, and I think fit-wise onto this roster, it achieves a lot of the same goals of what you are trying to address with a Steven Kwan. I think it has slightly more upside in the power compartment, but even with that, just the on-base skills, just around the same as the Steven Kwan. The bat-to-ball skills, around the same as the Steven Kwan, while also being able to move around defensively. I think this becomes a little bit of a better fit once the Dodgers decided to make the move to add Ryan Ward, if they are serious about considering him for a roster spot, which doesn't mean that you don't pursue other alternatives. And if you can get a Kyle Tucker, obviously he's a better player than a Ryan Ward, but this means that you could use somebody like Brendan Donovan to keep your options as open as possible, to also provide competition for the younger guys on the roster, while also not blocking the timeline of the guys in the system that are coming up. Brendan Donovan right now would probably be my top target, at least after they have made the move with Ryan Ward, and assuming that he is going to be around on the roster.